Oh, yeah, I gotta run your thing. 1 minute.
No, it's not. He just fucking went live.
You did?
And we're back.
Well, hello.
Hey, hello, and welcome. Season 4 of Carvers and Creators, the new and improved Carvers and Creators. It's a weekly demonstration and discussion with carvers, creators, and multi-talented artists from around the world. Things are a little different. We're shaking things up. I'm Paul Dever. I'm your host. This guy over here, this is Matt Harper, amazing artist. Tonight's guest, Mr. Jonathan Fuller. He's all right. You know, as far as artists go, he's only one of the best sculptors that I've come across.
Me too.
This is so this is going to be different this season. We're changing things up. We're consolidating, if you will. So Matty, what do we want to do first? What do you think? Should we go to? Well, it's been a while since we've been on, so we should probably check the last sculpts.
Yeah, we certainly have a lot to talk about. We have some new things happening here at the show, but I think it's always good to show some reminiscent things about the times gone by, right? I mean, that was back a couple of years ago, Paul, and here we are in season 4.
Season 4.
It's amazing. How many shows have we done in the hundreds, I think, at this point, which is great.
Thousands, it feels like.
Yeah, how many episodes are per season? Are they all different?
They all hover around 40.
Yeah, and last one was 43 last season.
Yeah, unbelievable.
We were crushing it.
Yeah, so the last guest, was amazing. So Matt Winston, and then we had two. We never got a chance. We posted our sculpts, but we never got to actually show them.
That's right.
On the show. So why don't we give
Yeah, let's do that. So if I recall, the famous wheel gave us the bummed out dinosaur kind of in Matt Winston's wheelhouse there. But let's look at yours, Paul. There she blows.
Yep.
Dude, that totally reminds me of that show.
From dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly. It looks just like that one.
You know what's funny? I looked at the picture afterwards because I was kind of had it in my brain, and there's so many more horns on that it's the guy from the Jeffersons is the voice of it.
Okay, face. Yeah, the brows, the face. I don't know. Yeah, it looks. That's pretty rad.
I had no idea how to carve a dinosaur out of a squash. It certainly wasn't going to be a serious dinosaur. He was bummed out.
Well, yeah, he had to be bummed out. I think I like the way you have the expression on the thing. I mean, a dinosaur that's bummed out, that nails it. So that's the part that I don't think
so long ago now.
Sure.
You still have that, right? Sitting on your mantle?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's fresh as a daisy. You know, butternut squash lasts forever.
Oh, you molded that one, right?
Oh, all of them. I just have nothing but mold. It's mold, not molds.
Yeah.
Well, here I'll show you mine.
Yeah, let's see yours.
Was, I don't know. I'm less happy with that one, but it was a T-Rex-ish. We'll call it a Velociraptor, whatever. But I think I loved about it. I kind of tried to have him have this look of like not all that happy. But when I was getting his carving his teeth out, pulling his seeds out, they kind of fit nicely into his mouth. So
I'm assuming that's 2 pieces.
Yes, two different squash kind of at an angle like this,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
How did you support it, man?
I have this one board that has like basically a flat board with a rod sticking out, and I just jammed the other one on there, and then just doweled the other one onto that one.
That's a lot of weight. It looks awesome. I can't even see the seam.
Temporary art, baby.
I'm getting a Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, but that photo is going to last for years. You're never
That's
going to
right.
have to touch it up or anything.
Always, it'll last
Beautiful,
forever.
beautiful, nice work, my friend. So now I guess things have changed. So it's not going to be. Well, obviously we got John on the show, but John, now we have to introduce you to not the fourth member of Carvers and Creators, but the third member of Carvers and Creators, which is the wheel, the center spinner, which is going to decide what road we're going down tonight. So there she is in all her glory, with all her anxiety-ridden choices.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh boy. Well, I'm not afraid. If you're not afraid, I'm not afraid.
Not at this point.
Okay, so for season 4, the first round of choices we're going to have Hillbilly, Skull, Guest Choice, John, so be ready, Undead, Hag, Ghoul, Alien, Classic Monster, Voodoo, and Fishman. Fishman. Could be Fishman. Mm-hmm. All right, Distraught, Shocked, Guest Choice, Crazy, Robust, Excited, Furious, Sad, Trauma, and Emaciated will be the attributes or emotion we have to try to carve on the character. Okay, are we ready? First spin of season 4.
Ready as
Here we
will
go.
ever be.
Here we go.
No whammies, no whammies. Big bucks, big bucks.
Stop.
Ghoul. It's a ghoul.
Oh, I can be cool.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
That's sellable.
That's
That's
ghoul,
sellable.
man. This ghoul is going to be so great. Oh, guest choice.
Oh. Even better.
Ooh.
What do you think,
Let me look at
John?
what's on there so I don't have to think too hard.
He's just going to take one off the board.
Yeah.
I'm going to write this one down.
And commit it to the chat.
Oh, that's right.
That'll be the way to go. You want to instead of turning your head?
I know, right? Well, there's a glare on some of them, so I'm like I can't see.
I know, I can't.
Cool.
Oh, he's thinking. He's Jack Handy.
Well, I'm just trying to think of what would work. You know what I was explaining before, like how am I going to put this together to make something that's going to. Yeah,
Tony has a good choice. What's up, Tony?
Shocked ghoul? No. Emaciated ghoul?
Tony says
we're going emaciated ghoul because I want scary. So emaciated ghoul.
Emaciated.
What do you want? Okay, my guest choice is Paul. What would you like?
25 years of my life back and to be 4 inches taller than I am.
Yeah. So what would that make you? 5'4"?
Hey man, I'm taller than you.
Are you?
Okay. So we're committing emaciated ghoul.
Yeah.
I thought you were like an inch shorter than me.
I'm 5'10".
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
I just, you know what it is? Whenever I stand next to Harper, I feel like 2'5".
Yeah. Exactly.
I feel like whenever I'm next to him, I want to hold his hand because I feel like he's the adult. Like we should be crossing the street together.
You do look
or
like
something.
this child when you stand next to him.
An emaciated ghoul. No, the only reason I said crap is look at this squash I've been saving. Hopefully it's still good.
Ooh.
Well, that gives you a lot of.
That's not an emaciated squash.
But won't that give you more room to dig in there and like?
Yeah, no, it should.
It's a big one. It's a big, heavy, thick one. Yeah.
And I could put like a cowl on. I can, if I really want to dig in, I can make a cowl or something.
Oh yeah.
Go around it. Yes, indeedly do.
Cool.
All right. So I guess we're gonna have to do this thing.
I guess it's happening. Pretty good. Well, before we start, I mean, obviously, that we're almost glazing over things. You got to remember, guys, we're running the ship now, so it's going to take a little adjusting. Matt's doing a hell of a job.
Oh, stop.
But we have to give everybody a couple minutes to get their tools if they're going to carve along with us. And then the other thing we have to do is we have to see what we're consuming tonight for carving oil to get ourselves loosened up.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with you, Matt?
You know what? I'd be happy to start. And there's a really good brewery in Tucson, Arizona, where I happen to live, called Moto Sonora, and they make everything they have has a motor theme. And the name of this one is Blonde Ale is a belly tank, and they have ones that are different kind of racing themed, sidecar and all like that. But it's no IPA. But then again, it's also drinkable. So why not?
Looks like a stubby can.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. It's a
it's a
grenade.
regular sized can. I just have big hands.
It's like shaking
yeah.
It's like shaking a bunch of bananas.
Yeah.
No, I know, Mr. Fuller, and we respect his wishes to drink non-alcoholic beverages. And we sometimes do that ourselves, but
I did hit my crack pipe before the show.
There we go.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah, that should do well.
Fire it out
I'm
of
just
the can.
drinking tea. I'm just drinking tea.
Very good. Very
Just
good.
drinking tea.
Little caffeine. Never heard. Never heard.
I think it's bourbon. I'm not gonna lie.
People might be watching this.
What about you, Paul?
I'm taking it easy. I'm taking it wicked easy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
I just came
wicked.
back from vacation, and you know what that's like. I'm in re-entry mode. I haven't stopped. I'm getting rid of the shakes from all the fun and relaxing. I'm lucky to hold a tool. Well, cheers,
Cheers,
guys.
boys.
Here we're off and
yeah.
running in season 4. Who would have thunk 4 seasons?
Where am I?
Ay,
There we
ay, ay.
are.
Here we
All right,
go.
gentlemen. Let's see what we can come up with.
Oh boy. Yeah, thanks for joining us again, buddy. We love when you jump on. Because out of every single time you've come on, which has been like what, 90
I think
times?
this
now? I
is
think
4
you're the
or
first-
5.
4 or
Holy
5
crap.
now, right?
Might be
But-
4.
You've completed the challenge every single time.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, actually, it's so impressive. It really is because
They don't call
you
him the
sculpt
machine.
faster than we carve squash.
Yeah, they don't call him a machine for nothing. This guy is ridiculous.
Oh, did you see all the sculpts I did the last couple of months?
Yeah, you're banging them out.
I mean, like
No,
right behind me, there's still bags. It's like,
We got time to hit that, but let's just take a little trip down memory lane first because
oh
we
god.
have some other photos to show.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Look
Now
at this.
that's a framer right there.
yeah. That was
Now-
my identity crisis stage, early 20s. I think I'm at Weekend of Horrors, calling a girlfriend at the time, and I got snuck up on, got a picture taken. My cool purple hair. I felt like back then when I was getting into it, you had to fit the mold. You got to fit the work you did, which I never did. I never fit this whole genre of what I do. I'm such an oddball, too normal, I think, for this kind of stuff. So that was my attempt at trying to fit the old.
Be the consummate artist. Have the look. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing there's some echo in the I'm not hearing it, but every folks online are hearing it. So I don't know how we get rid of that.
All right, hang
Can you
on.
change your microphone? Who's echoing, Tony?
It's probably me.
No, I don't hear it, so that's kind of strange.
Oh, you don't hear me echo?
I don't hear an echo at all. It sounds fantastic to me. So I wonder if it's just maybe it's the connection on YouTube or something.
It is odd. Let me see if I can work the controls like Mr. Oz here.
Yes. Matt at the helm, driving the ship. So why have you been doing so many sculpts? Is this because you got so many commissions rolling in? Oh, it's you guys. See, I knew I sounded right.
Yeah, you sound terrific.
But Kev, what I'm saying is I don't hear the echo on them on my end either. I think all 3 of us sound
Oh, the other
fine, so
two.
it's very strange. Interesting.
All right, we're fixing it. In the meantime,
We're
Paul,
working
you have to take the helm here. I'm gonna switch pictures though because I'm starting to get a little bit excited about that hair. Hang on.
I know. Yeah, that's. I like that hair better actually. Was this when you were in 311? Is this your pop punk phase? It's even hard. Oh, now he's muted. Or did you mute him?
No, I didn't. Hang on. Let's see. Technical difficulties.
It's to be expected.
Hey, first show back. I mean, there's a little bit of rust, right?
I just opened up my toolbox for the first time in a month, and it's like Christmas morning. I forgot I owned half these things. Look at that. So let's fix the. Let's get the mics figured out. But
Yeah. Let's get the
so
mix.
you know what though? So I want to know, John, how you go from this phase to the next, you go from this applying makeup on yourself and then you get to something like this. How the hell did that happen? Oh, you're muted, buddy. Can't hear you.
You're muted.
There you go.
There you
All
are.
right.
He's back.
No, okay, do that one more time. How did I go from what to what?
So you
How
start
did
off,
you-
obviously you were putting appliances on yourself. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
So when
Well,
did you
that's
make?
what I started doing first.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. When did you decide that you were done with appliances and you wanted to go full on custom masks?
I think I realized, because like when I first got into this, it was definitely looking at Fangoria magazines and wanted to do makeup. So I started getting all the do-it-yourself at-home makeup kits and applying it on myself. And then I started to realize that there's only so much you can do with, out of the kit makeup stuff, that I was like, next level is you have to sculpt, because you're not gonna be able to do pretty much any of this work unless you sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started getting, like, I don't know if you've ever seen that plastilina clay. It's not Roma plastiline, but it's plastilina. It's like the white big blocks of
No.
clay. Yeah,
I probably own it, but that's being said. I probably haven't. I've never even looked at it.
Yeah, I started getting that and started playing around with that kind of stuff. And then over the years of learning like different clays, different things like that, I eventually got into wet clay. And then I think we have a picture of it. It was my first sculpture that I did out of wet clay, which was El Diablo, which was a mask that Death Studios produced. And then the movie Satan's Little Helper picked it up.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's one in the deck, Matt, of
Okay.
just a sculpt not painted.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Yeah, you know which one it is.
But yeah, sculpting is definitely the one thing that I enjoy most out of everything I do. So
Yeah, you can tell. When did the speed come though? Like, were you always fast? Like,
you know what? I don't even think I'm all that fast, because I watch some of my buddies do this kind of stuff too. I think it's because I do multiple projects, makes it seem like I'm fast. Because like the last month or so, I think I did like 6 different sculpts, but they all started in different time frames. But I happened to just finish them all at the same time, so it looked like I had a bunch of stuff at once, when it was just kind of like a month and a half or so of me just kind of noodling around with all these different sculptures. But I watch some of these guys, like my buddies, and they're fast too. So
I think Jonathan's almost done, right? By the way, he just finished.
yeah, no kidding. Is this the one here, John? Is this one you're
Is that
referring
what
to?
you're referring to?
oh no.
No.
That dude, I don't even know what that was. That was like probably maybe my 5th sculpture.
Wow.
Jeez.
Not bad.
I quit.
Yeah. You said it was one that was unpainted, though?
Well, it's the demon with the horns and the smile. He's smiling. He's got the
Okay.
demon horns.
I know that one. Okay, hang on.
The squash ain't as thick as I thought it was. No, that's a jester with the teeth in the
jester.
eyes. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's one of that reminds me of how I could not mold to save my life. So every sculpture I ever did was destroyed because I could not mold. Everything was destroyed trying to mold it.
Wow.
Story of my life
Well, been
lately.
there.
Yeah, that one does look a little bit intricate. I don't know how you do that collar. Oh my gosh.
I think that was plastiline, so the clay was a lot harder. The oil-based clay,
Okay.
which I can't stand. But
Wow.
Awesome.
That was good.
I'll find it.
So I noticed that you've been banging out a lot of crypt keepers lately. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You were painting a ton of those things.
that's what I was doing today.
Really?
Yeah, it did really well. I mean, the first batch, I think I got 9 orders in the first 2 weeks.
Wow.
So, but like with me, like I try to explain to people, is when you're an independent artist, you're not just doing that. You're not just doing that. Oh, you place an order. That's the only thing I'm working on. Like I've got 20 projects, and I got to try to balance it, and try to make sure I'm getting it's just tough to balance all this stuff because I'm designing for companies, I'm doing commissions for people. As selfish as it sounds, sometimes I get burnt out and I just want to sit down and work on something I want to work on.
Right.
Just to kind of get that energy back, So you got all this stuff going, and before you know it, 2 weeks turns into 2 months, and life gets in the way, or something happens, or you got to stop what you're doing and jump on this to get this done because you have to make sure this gets taken care of. And it's such a pain in the butt because I don't think anybody really understands that at all. They think that you're just sitting there doing this 24/7, and that's just not how it works. It's just not possible.
Right.
John,
like anything else, it's a job and it's a skilled trade. Right. It took you years and years and years to learn. And there's so many steps. That's what I've realized is how many steps goes into from the clay sculpt all the way through to a finished painted piece is unbelievable how much work goes into it.
Right. Now that I work from home, since I don't have that shop space anymore.
So that must be tight quarters now.
I got nowhere to. I mean, look at me. I'm in my living room. I'm in my dining room, sculpted, and then on top of it, I got a mold out back. And lately, we've been having 100-degree weather, and the last thing I want to do is go stand in my backyard and try to get a mold done with wet clay and plaster that's going to set up too fast in 100-degree weather. So I got to wait for that perfect time to.
From a process standpoint, I know you mold these and bring them out. The shroud around it, the hair, the paint. You just kind of go through a factory line for each one of those.
Well, I try to do 3 at a time because if I try to do too many, they're not gonna. I'll start half-assing stuff. I'll be like, oh, just get it done, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I want all of them to be just as good as the first one I did. So I thought if I do 3 at a time, that's enough to where I can keep them up to par and not completely burn myself out. Like I see some of these guys do pieces and they're making 30 copies, and you look at their shop and their whole shop is nothing but that one piece. I'd be looking for the nearest tree and a rope.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Yeah, but they also have teams of people that are helping them out too. You're a one-man operation, right?
Well, dude, no, some of these guys the same. Just them.
Really?
Yeah.
Overachievers. So, Matty, we got to get this set up so you can start sculpting too, buddy.
I know. I'm going to get there. I want to make sure that the show somehow runs smooth, even with this echo. I've been trying to troubleshoot that, but it's not perfect yet. But
I'm pretty sure it's the fact that I got a mic and speakers. I got to figure that out.
We still like you. We'll still invite you back. I promise.
We had this issue last year for a while too, I remember. So it's a technical glitch that will get figured out.
Because I know the last few shows I used the laptop, and the laptop had its own camera and built-in speakers, so you're not dealing with the two fighting each other.
Right. And that's, I think, what it is it has something to do with the webcam microphone being on, and if you're using the actual computer microphone, they're fighting. Bastards.
I like this picture.
I know.
My Target days, man. That was the day. Those were the days of there was a boy dreaming. He had a dream that one day he was going to make it into the industry in Hollywood. So this was one of Jordu's classes where he did the maquettes, doing a super scoping. I've never done super scoping before in my life until this class. So, doing what I did and then being a supervisor at Target, everybody was like, what are you working on now? So I had to bring it to work. And then somebody, I don't even remember who took the picture or whatnot, but yeah, those were the days, man.
Now, do you still have that thing?
No.
Bummer.
I don't know what happened to it.
Imagine if you kept every single sculpt and every single mold you did.
It would be, dude, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't keep everything.
Yeah. I would have to have, like, the biggest storage facility on the planet. Because I was looking at it, like, I was already, what is it? We're going into September? And then I look back and I've probably already done at least 30 sculptures this year.
Wow.
You know, based on my stuff, company stuff, commission stuff. Most of it this year has been commission and company stuff. I haven't been able to really do anything on my own. That's why I did that alien recently, because I needed something to break the chain a little bit.
Yeah, the volume you've been pumping out is astronomical. My hat's off to you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of those are just like independent people who love this stuff who commission me, and then I get to do the piece for them, but then I also retain the rights so I can sell copies of it.
Oh, nice.
You know, and that's usually the best route, because a lot of people don't want to drop the money to have a one-off piece. You know, you're gonna pay me to do one and only piece for you. That's got to be worth my time.
Right. Oh, definitely.
So this way, it works out for everybody.
So you actually see I'm glad you brought that up. When you do a contract with somebody for a custom commission, but you're going to retain the rights, you draw that up in a contract just so it's all legal?
Yeah, it's all verbal.
It's all verbal?
Yeah, it's all verbal through the interwebs, and some of these people I've been dealing with for so long. It's kind of like a returning customer. Like, I don't know if you've seen that one, but I'm doing that Looney Tunes witch, the witch Hazel.
I love that one. Yeah, the witch Hazel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of like, a collector guy who's like, oh, I've always loved this character. I was like, yeah, that'd be fun. Because I've seen one guy do one a few years ago for Monster Palooza.
That was Adam, wasn't that?
Yeah, Adam Dogstreet.
Yeah.
That
Kid.
thing was so badass, dude. Taking
amazing.
that simple cartoon and then making it, that lifelike was just so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so used to seeing your scary stuff that every now and again I come across something that's more like cartoony or whimsical that has a lot of, that cartoonish style to it. I love that you can jump between those styles like that.
Yeah, it's fun to. Oh, jeez.
Which one is you? I can't. Which one's you?
Yeah, that's a sexy son of a bitch right there. Yeah.
And you're in the picture with him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to take a picture with him. Look at him. He's gorgeous.
He is.
Now, what was that for? That's dying.
I just wanted to do a giant.
Wow, really?
I wanted to get as close as I could to something big, but especially when you're doing stone molds.
Yeah, that must have been really, really light.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, Mr. Alfred Paredes says, "What? Never verbal, always in writing."
That's why, Alfred. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, I haven't had issues yet. I've been doing this for 25 years.
It just takes once.
I know. Next show, dude, you'll never believe what happened.
Yeah, right. Yeah, literally tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I do stuff for companies that manufacture and sell like thousands and thousands of units off of the design I did, that's strictly their stuff. I can't touch it.
Now, stuff like that, is that the kind of things that you see in like the stores, like the new line of the new masks and all that? Do you ever go out looking for them?
I'm sorry?
Do you ever go out looking for them? You know what I mean?
I
did you used to?
looking for them, but when I see them, it is still pretty cool. Even after all this time, walking through a store and be like, I did that.
That's awesome. Have the kids ever because the kids must see it, so.
I want so bad for my kids to just be like, Dad, but they're just like, whatever.
Exactly. Yes.
Whatever, dude. Cool, Dad. Whatever.
They're like, yeah, whatever.
This one,
Dad.
this one, by the way, is so lifelike looking. I mean,
it's great.
I mean, you're amazing. I mean, it just kind of shows your skill at painting too. Forget the sculpt, which is insane, but the painting is just tremendous. And then the hair. Did you punch the hair, or how'd that get there?
Oh yeah, that was punched. Punching is actually really easy. I mean, you just it goes pretty fast too. I mean, that's really not a lot of hair. It just looks like that because it overlays it like overlaps itself.
Yeah.
So kind of like if I trim that head, it probably would look a lot more sparse.
So now, John, where is that sculpt? That must be one you hung on to, right? Or did you sell it?
I don't keep anything.
Really?
I think my molds last me maybe a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Before they're gone.
Ugh,
Or shipped off to somebody else to make.
Oh.
So what happens in a case like that? That's another thing I was wondering. Like, because I know you can pour clay into a mold
Only silicone mold.
Only a silicone mold?
Yeah, because if you put it into a stone mold, it ain't coming out unless you break that mold, and you'll be lucky if that comes out looking half decent. And half the time you destroy the whole thing just trying to get it out.
So I'm just trying to. I mean, I know there is a way, so I'm just trying to find a way to ask the question. So if you wanted to extend the life of not so much the mold but the sculpt, right? You don't have the sculpt anymore because you got to clear the clay out of the mold. You have the mold. There's it's so long of a run. Now, is there a way to cast one?
Yeah.
Would you do like a foam and then latex and then remold it?
You would do a thick latex copy and then back it with foam, or you can do a silicone out of the mold.
Oh, really?
And then just store that silicone. You could do a silicone brush up inside the stone mold, or do a slush casting of silicone, and then back it with foam, and then you could just store it away.
Huh. Because it seems like, I mean, some of these.
Yeah, I wish
like
I
some
had
of the
a lot
older
of stuff. But
I'd
another
have
cool
such a
thing
hard
about it
time
too
doing
is you can look at something you've done, and then you can be like, okay, I really like how that turned out. I'll do it again and see how much better it can be.
Oh, right. Yeah. Actually, we talked about that before, where
Yeah.
you don't like doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's another reason why I sculpt so much is because if I don't stay creative, like that, I love that piece. I wish I had it.
Awesome. Yeah, but wouldn't that be one you'd love to have, like the mold back, right?
Yes.
Or would you? Or you could. Well, but like you said, you could take another run at it and see how much better you could do it again.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes you're like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the possibilities with paint on something like that.
Oh yeah, you could do a million different versions of it.
Yeah. Yeah. But as an
So
independent
good.
artist, you're always broke. You're always broke. So you're like, somebody hits you up, hey man, you gonna sell that mold? And then you're like, I'm broke. So I guess I am.
Oh man.
It sucks.
Gaunt
I'm
is, what is it? Gaunt? What is the?
Emaciated. I just was gonna say that, Paul. I was like, I'm struggling
Isn't
with
that the same thing? Gaunt and emaciated.
Yeah.
It did, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing either yet, but so,
You're almost done.
yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm trying to get
That's-
like some.
I kind of like that. Oh yeah, see, Alfred knows. Hello, by the way.
Yeah.
You need to do that. So, yeah. John, I'm exactly like how you were when you said you first started molding and you just ruined sculpts.
Oh, dude,
that's
all
all
the
I did.
time. Which is kind of funny too, because if we find that picture of the El Diablo sculpt,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Give me a second.
Yeah, so I did that for Death Studios. It was the first time that I was doing a piece for a company and like doing something that's going to be seen by all these people. And I was like, oh my God, I made it. I'm doing this piece for Death Studios. So I sculpt this thing and I'm in my sister's kitchen molding it on the ground. And I go to take this mold apart and nothing's moving. Like nothing's happening. Like I'm like, this is not good. So I finally start to get it to move a little bit, and before I know it, it's coming apart like every piece known to mankind. So I've learned real quick how to fix molds.
Yeah, I had to reach out for your assistance on mine too with the air pockets. I can't believe they were air pockets. Now and that's because I didn't use a dulling spray after I sealed it, right?
Okay, we're gonna nip this in the bud right here, okay? Everybody listen to me right now. You don't need to seal your sculptures before you mold them. Stop it.
I wish I could go in the Wayback Machine.
Stop it.
Just mold it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just mold it from now on.
Every single one of these wet clay sculptures I've been doing over the last 5 years, nothing is on them but plaster.
Wow.
And they come out of the mold so clean. There's no residue afterwards. There's nothing. I don't have to breathe in that crap. I'm breathing in enough crap. I need to add to it.
Well, now I know. Now I know.
Well, we were all told the same thing. Dulling spray, crystal clear, blah 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 blah. Blah. It's like it's a wasted step. You don't need it.
Yep, I lived and learned. And
crystal
swore a
clear
lot.
stinks.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think I've got your Diablo, but I do have this one. Another
The Diablo
favorite.
That was the second piece I did for Jordy's class. I took his class 3 times, I think. Twice, wet clay, full head sculpts, and then that maquette one.
Oh, okay.
So this was my second attempt at his class.
Everybody that's taken those classes is like, you guys are all amazing sculptors. Now, when you roll in there and take Jordy's class, that's like it's a master class basically, right? So, how experienced were you with sculpting before you jumped into and started doing those kind of classes?
Well, we can't find the picture, so that's a bummer. The El Diablo sculpt was the mask sculpt I did prior to taking Jordy's class.
Mm-hmm.
And then the alien, which I sent you guys a picture of, it's kind of got a scrunched face, a lot of wrinkles, it's turning his head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did after that by taking his class. So you can see how much I advanced from the El Diablo sculpt to that sculpture. It's like night and day.
That quick?
Oh, dude, it was crazy because I remember being in the class. I'm sculpting, doing my normal crap, doing what I only know, and then Jordy comes and sits down, and he just does one thing to one side of the thing, and I'm just like, my head explodes. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, and then it just clicked. Everything just started clicking, and it was just like, it was so much fun to see what is possible.
That is amazing, man.
And what it was is like, it's just, you got to learn how to bring things out. You got to learn how to have a lot of depth and a lot of ins and outs of your sculpture, and stop being afraid to do anything. Like, just do it. Just dive in there and do it. What's the worst that can happen?
That's exactly right. You don't know until you try, right? So
yeah, you just start doing. You just start moving stuff, digging away, putting stuff on. You know.
So the one you're referring to is this one here.
Yeah, there's El Diablo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did that.
Oh, okay.
Prior to taking the class, Jordu saw my portfolio, which is what was in that, and he was just like, just go right to my advanced class. Don't even mess around. Just come in. I was like, all right.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was like, the alien was what I did in that class. Which is crazy because somebody just posted it online for sale. And that thing's like 20 years old.
Oh, wow.
And they're letting it go, huh?
I'm like, as cool as it would be to have that, I am not buying my own work.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's just
yeah.
Why not? That's full circle. You made it, and now you're buying it back.
That's sad.
Perfect. So cool. Man.
Somebody's got to support me. Why not me?
Why not me? Yeah, money's going back in my pocket.
Yeah.
Man, this freaking thing. This thing is thick as
Sorry.
thick as it can be.
You like having thick things in your hand.
okay.
That's, you know what? Hey, thick squash. Yeah.
I like this one. Speaking of squash.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Dude, that is so stupid.
It's dynamite. Come on,
That was
man.
my first attempt. Every year I try. Every year I'm like, I gotta try this, and then I get so pissed because I'm so used to being good at clay that I can't transfer it to this, and I get so pissed off.
Oh, I love it. I won't hang it out here very long. It's not a fun one.
And then you had Mikey on, and he shows his first pumpkin sculpture, and you're just like, I hope you lose your hands.
See, now this
Oh,
is
yeah.
dynamite, man. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. I made like 3 and then sold the mold because I needed the money. It sucks, dude.
Mm.
Yeah, but you didn't cast it and fill it with foam. Like I'm telling you, man. You should have a toy box full of those things.
Yeah, that one's cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
I might even try and rip you off and put that on a pumpkin.
Please.
That is so cool.
It's
All
just
the faces you do are so expressive, and that like bleeds expression. That thing is.
See, that's the coolest thing is being able to go whimsical but keep it realistic.
It's scary.
Oh, I did one. I don't know if I have a picture of it, but I took that piece and I made it into a leprechaun. So we had a leprechaun hat and red beard.
nice.
Dude, it was tough.
Matt, are you able to sculpt, bud?
Yeah, I just first time jitters. I'm too scared.
That's all right.
You
You're
have
doing a hell of a job. I don't know why you made me the big.
Oh,
big one.
whoops.
Hey, everybody, how's it going? Nice
Hey,
to see
Big
you.
Kahuna.
Glad to be here.
Let's go back to this, and I've got a couple other pictures I want to show.
I just love watching. I love watching you work, man. The way you build up. It's like you're building the skeleton essentially, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to make it more like since it's a ghoul, I'm trying to go of that old school Hammer horror kind of lumpy, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you go with it, right?
Right. You see what
Take
happens.
what it gives you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just trying to not bust through on this thing and make it as.
Yeah, I'm zooming in on you just so we can see the magic unfold.
Oh, hey now.
There he is.
He's building out the zygomatic arch.
I see it. Yeah, you're working on that.
Right there with the nasal
Working on
labial
the
folds. You're gonna be going on your thing. God.
All right, I'm way behind you guys. You damn it.
Yeah,
Take a
just
moment to
chill, man.
sculpt.
Treat yourself.
Carve, I should say. You guys don't sculpt the carve.
Yeah, it's been a while. Matt, I know you kept on keeping on with the sculpting while we had our little summer vacation through
Little
July and some
hiatus.
of August. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a few. I did had a couple of pumpkins that I grew myself, and I had to, I didn't want them to go bad. In fact, I still have one here.
Dude, you guys aren't gonna believe what time it is already. Jesus.
Oh my god. Maybe that's a good time to say, Paul. We are modifying the show time to 1 hour.
Right. But
It's
it's only
already.
been,
I don't know if we
we
talk
still got
about
20 minutes.
I know we still do, but I just wanted people, keep it
That is
under
my
their lids.
You're just looking for any excuse not to carve that
No,
squash.
I'm just saying I'm gonna do really well after the camera's turned off. I promise.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it that time of year though? So now it's like everything you can imagine is available for you guys.
It's yeah. I've seen a lot of people start posting photos of pumpkin carves.
Already.
Yeah, I'd love to get my hands on a couple. We had so much rain on the East Coast that I know the last time that happened it was a problem because it was too much water, so they kind of rotted. But
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything bad yet, so I'm gonna start shopping around for them pretty soon.
What part? Where are you again? You're in
Boston.
I'm just north of Boston, in
Couldn't
a
tell.
little town called Wilmington.
Ah.
You're shipping off to Boston.
Ah, yes.
Have you always been East Coast?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I grew up in Malden, Mass, and then moved up to Wilmington when I thought I was going to become an adult.
Yeah,
Still working on it.
that's overrated too.
It really is overrated. I feel like once you become an adult, you just tie it all the time.
Yeah, that's about it.
You know, when you're a kid, you get all the energy in the world.
Oh, that sugar.
It's a freaking good point. What does a ghoul even freaking look like?
Right? Yeah.
What do you want?
Isn't it like a zombie slash?
Like kind of melty looking, you know?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's a zombie essentially, right? Just
The
no,
zombie,
it's
essentially, yeah. Like a swampy one.
yeah, exactly
Yeah, like
right.
what I'm
Swampy
thinking.
one, or something that lives down under the ground, under the streets.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there you go.
So it's a zombie with stringy hair. That's all I can picture.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. You're not figuring it out.
Kind
It's
of
like a
this.
chud.
Chud, what's up, Chud?
Like that.
That's one piece
Hey.
I want to look in. There's a
This-
ghoul.
That is the that was a banshee originally. That was one of the challenges that you did on the show, and then modified it to become that.
Correct.
And it's
Wow.
dope. It's so good.
Yeah, that was the last thing I did with you guys.
Yeah.
See what happens when you go on the show. You monetize it, and the next thing you know, you're rolling in big piles of money.
That's it. You're living the dream. That
Fake
pumpkin cheddar.
news. Embrace the suck.
Oh shit.
Wait, and he's emaciated, so his expression doesn't as much matter as his emaciated look. Okay,
Right.
I'm just trying to remember what we done.
I'm just trying not to blast a hole in this thing. I think it's been sitting a little while. It's a little soft. I'll figure it out. Figured it. I'll tell you what, I can't wait to actually get back into wed clay sculpture. I really enjoyed working with that stuff.
Did you?
It is. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, and a couple of times because I had it for so long before I casted it, it got dry, like in spots, and it would
Right.
crack a little.
Right.
And all I'd have to do is spray it and just kind of,
Right.
work the surface a little and get it back to where it was. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing what you could bring back. Yeah, yeah, that's an oldie.
That's an
Yeah.
awesome one too, though.
Yeah.
How big is that? That's not, I mean, I can kind of get the
About
scale from
24 inches tall.
Oh, that's bigger than I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
big?
you want to hear a funny ass story about that piece?
2 feet
Yeah.
tall.
So I'm at my girl. I don't know if she was my wife at the time or still girlfriend, but I'm at her parents' house. We're having this big party back in the drinking days. So I got to bring over the latest piece I'm working on, which is this thing. And I bring it without the little tentacles hanging from its face.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm talking to my girlfriend's younger sister, who's probably about, I don't know, 16, and trying to explain to her how I still have to add the testicles to its face. And everybody's dying. I'm not catching on yet because I'm an idiot. So, yeah, I'm trying to explain to her little sister how I got to still apply the testicles to its face. And everybody's just dying. The good old days.
The good old days. And so this one wasn't small enough to hold on to, huh?
I got nothing.
We're gonna make you hang on to some shit here, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna
See,
start.
he
You
would
gotta
be
start a
cool to
new.
revisit. I mean, look how crappy that paint job is.
I don't think it's crappy.
It's very basic.
Well, the sculpt's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's
Sculpt
cool.
makes it.
That's
It'd be fun
you
for you
picking
to
your own
re-
work apart.
It'd be really fun to see you repaint that. That'd be a cool thing to see how far you've come.
I want to make arms and stuff for make it like a little puppet.
Oh, that'd be dynamite. Like it reminds me of a Men in Black kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy,
I still really I love this one.
I know.
We were talking.
Meg
we were-
Mucklebones.
when we were trying to fill out the wheel, I know one of them was hag, and this was what came to mind. I'm like, oh, kind of a round witch.
Yeah, that's another character that you can take it into so many different directions. Just witch alone, you can go and do so much with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's easily one of the scariest characters I've seen on film.
Oh yeah,
Jesus, it was so creepy.
that movie's kind of underrated.
It's super underrated. It's got some of the best makeups ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buffaloes.
Could you imagine if that guy still did that stuff to like he didn't just drop off the map somewhere and then he was still doing stuff? Oh my god.
See, I don't even know his story.
I
I'd love
don't
to.
really know his story either. I hear rumors, I hear all this stuff. Rob Bottin became a real estate agent. Rob Bottin went nuts and he's hiding in the woods. Like there's so many different stories about this guy. Like he was on top of the world when it came to effects, and then the next day he's just gone
Oh wow.
That's wild, huh?
because the industry just wasn't his cup of tea.
Huh.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that though.
Too many people trying to dictate what an artist needs to do when an artist just wants to do what an artist does and create cool shit.
Mhm.
Well, wasn't that kind of partially the reason why Rick Baker kind of stepped back and retired too?
Yeah, yeah. There were too many
Getting
people
told what to
telling
do.
him, "Nope, change it, do this, do that." We don't. Yeah, yeah. CG,
Oh yeah.
we can do that in CG. Don't worry about it.
Wow. Yeah.
We'll do
Well,
that.
now they're fighting that we can do that in AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
You're
recreated. Yeah.
replaceable now.
I wonder how much longer the strike's going to go on.
I heard until next year.
Wow.
What the heck? Why aren't they getting to the table? Or what's the big holdup? You probably know. You're in that world.
I don't even know what the strike really is about. I mean,
It's a
besides
lot of it's
the only
about
thing I heard
AI.
was- I heard a lot. In the beginning, I heard it was all the streaming services treating everybody like complete garbage, like overworking them, too many hours, no breaks. The pay was crap. Turnaround times were unrealistic and unachievable. And it was all the streaming services like Hulu, Netflix, Apple
Oh, we
TV.
got it. Yeah.
So they all wanted better working conditions and better pay.
How
And
dare
then all of a sudden they hit them with, well, what if we just buy your likeness for a flat fee and we can recreate you in anything we want with AI?
Wow.
There's a. You ever watch the show Black Mirror?
Dude, I binged the crap out of it the last few months.
Did you see the one with Selma Hayek?
Season?
Yeah.
And then as soon as that aired, what, a month later, this strike happens?
Ah.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a crazy episode.
All those episodes are like, oh, okay, yep. Yep.
Did you ever watch Utopia? I know you
No.
love going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You would be full tinfoil helmet, fucking trash bags on the windows. You'd have the whole thing going after you watch that.
Yeah.
I think
It's
he already
awesome.
does.
Yeah. Oh well.
I mean,
When
I do.
I think of that stuff,
What shall remain nameless.
yeah, but have you seen? I'll have to send it to you. But there's a TikTok or an Instagram. I think it's Instagram, but it's the fake DiCaprio.
Oh no way.
Dude,
I've seen.
it's Margot Robbie, DiCaprio, and then the girl who played in Wednesday.
Okay.
You can't tell.
Really.
You cannot tell.
There's a Tom Cruise one too.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever see that one? Like
Yes.
the guy must kind of look like him anyway, but
Right,
then they just do
exactly.
the fake face.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
There was one with Morgan Freeman that was kind of blowing my mind.
That was the
Morgan
first one that started to
Freeman.
hit the surface.
Yeah, that was just a normal little silly white guy, and he's like perfect, Morgan
Yeah,
Freeman.
after this show, I'll send you guys a DiCaprio one. It's so realistic, it's scary.
Wow.
Yes. Please send
We
it.
are doomed.
Yeah, of course. Of course we are.
Well, it's not us. It's the poor kids.
This is how we're gonna look.
Yes.
That
yes.
was the old makeup days. That was Did you guys ever play around with that? It was called fake skin.
Yeah.
It came in that little container and had like the cotton in it and the
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. It was waxy, real waxy.
the
Yeah.
waxy. Yeah, that's what that was.
Oh my gosh.
I
Well,
know-
you
I
used it
know
way
it's
you used it way better than I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't have the patience to do that. Wow, it's a heck of a burn. You just lay your face on the stove for that one.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that you did that I thought was fun, kind of from the Wayback Machine. I think this is the one.
Oh yeah, that was my first foam latex prosthetic because I've never ran foam or did any of that stuff. So that was we had a Halloween party at Almost Human my first year I was working there, so I had access to all the stuff.
That's cool.
So I did my first foam latex appliance.
Now, foam latex you got to bake though, right?
Right.
See, at the time, I remember when I was, I think I was early 20s, when I was kind of, I was completely infatuated with all the special effects and stuff. But every time I'd get an idea and be like, well, I'm going to get into this and I'm going to make my own prosthetic. It was like, you gotta bake the appliances. And it's like,
Right.
I can't use my mom's stove for that.
Right. You know how many did? Like all the 80s monster kids that are in their mom's kitchen just running foam latex.
Yeah.
It's so bad for you.
Yeah, just slowly dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just kill this. Mom comes in there the next day and she's got a third arm growing out of her back.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Boy, I'm
I
checking
really
out some-
do. I mean, like we showed this a minute ago, but this is hands down one of my favorite pieces you do because it is.
Do you
so
still
sturdy.
have this mold? Has a great
I
story
just
behind it too.
recently touched it.
Because that's a Ryan Brown painting,
Exactly.
and we
Yeah, I
had
asked
Ryan
him
on the
if I
show.
could do it.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. See, and I love that I didn't know there was a connection, and Ryan's like one of my favorite illustrators too.
Oh
He's
yeah,
just
I asked him. I said,
dynamite.
dude, I gotta recreate this in 3D form.
Did you send him one?
I no.
You meant to? It's in the
I
mail.
wasn't supposed to. Yes, I said I would, and then I'm like, dude, I know.
This you should recreate. I know you did a variation from Stranger
Right.
Things, right?
Right.
Oh yeah. That was awesome. The cheerleader girl.
Yeah, but that design is so badass.
Dude, it's the craziest. It's the most disgusting, cool thing. You just can't stop staring at it.
Yeah, and then that's another piece where you can just go crazy with the paint schemes.
Right.
The
Yeah.
black
Now you
veins.
don't have this mold anymore either, do you?
This one here?
Yeah.
No, I had to tell dude when I lost the shop and I was coming to this tiny place, I had to dub everything.
Oh, it sucks. You should do again.
And then make sure I send one to the actual artist who deserves to have one.
He's such a cool guy too.
Yeah. His work is so crazy.
It is. It's remarkable. One thing that he taught me was that like the focal point where your eye goes has all the detail and the stuff on the outside doesn't. And now that I look at his pictures, I see that, but it still blows my mind how even the stuff that isn't detailed is completely detailed. But
Well, yeah, because he has such a great transition where he goes from super tight detail to like almost a blurred look.
yeah,
So it like has a really great transition.
the movement and yeah, it's insane. By the way, we are only 3 minutes left in the show. I want to check out what everyone's carving. I think that's
Man,
a
that went way
hallmark of the
fast.
show. Can you believe it's been that fastball?
That went super
Let's
fast.
take a look at what you got there.
I'm just blocking. I'll make it look ghoulish and super skinny, whatever the hell it was. Emaciated. Yeah, that's gonna happen. It's gonna take a while. This thing's super thick. Just want to get the shapes, and then I'm gonna have to probably remove most of the outside to really bring it in to
Sorry.
give it some sort of shape too. Like this is all gonna go away.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Good. But luckily, it's a big, thick one, huh?
yeah, it's a little old though, so it's kind of mealy. It's actually prepping me for pumpkins, because you know how those lovely things can be.
All right, before we go, explain to me again, how do I pick a pumpkin that has a nice thickness to it? What's the
Heavy.
trick?
Well, nothing's heavy to you. You know what I mean? Muscle man, yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, the heavier it
Get
is,
in there.
you want it heavy. And a lot of times, if the stem isn't all shriveled up yet, like you get the gray stems.
still green.
Yeah,
Oh,
if it's
okay.
green. So a lot of farm stands will have them. But sometimes you'll go to the supermarket if they have them out front.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they'll have really, really good ones. It's just the weight. We want something like
You want a
give
heavy
it a
pumpkin.
squeeze. If you can't really compress it too good,
Right.
that thing's thick as
It
hell.
has nothing. It has nothing to do with the size of the stalk, but the stem.
Not really. Different varieties, yeah.
That's just different varieties of them, yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
if you can find one, the taller ones with the thicker stems, those things are amazing.
They are.
Okay. Yeah, because
When
I'm
you
gonna try it this year.
Yes.
I was gonna say when you pick it up and it's heavier than it looks, and like you're like, whoa, this thing's. Then you grab it, take it with you, because that's probably a mile thick.
Okay.
Maddie, I got an idea for a show. We'll have Fuller and Mikey Rotz on to do a pumpkin carve off.
Oh,
Yeah, but he's good.
So are you.
dude. All right, let's see what you got so far.
Holy shite! Look how fast
Look
it
at
worked.
That is. Yeah, I want to buy a copy of that thing. Like we got the. Paul, you don't have your Cyclops handy, do you? I'm gonna grab mine.
Grab yours, yeah. Mine's hanging
I'll
on the
grab my
wall.
Cyclops too. Wait.
Yours is badass. See, mine, I can't show mine because he made fun of my closed eyeball.
Oh, that's true.
Dude, that's so funny you did that though. That was so funny.
I love the closed eye. I think it looks great.
It works. It works. It's
Yeah.
so funny though.
Let me. I'll make.
Oh yeah, I would have made fun of me too. See, I like the blank eye too.
Yeah.
I've tried to go dead eye because I wanted to hang them on my wall like a corpse, you know.
Right.
Dude, that's such a good sculpt too. Like you just kill it every time you take the challenge. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just you bang it out, and it's like it becomes one of my favorites. Like, and it almost has a personal touch because I can look at it and be like, I remember that show. I remember when we were hanging out and he's sculpting that thing. That's a pretty good paint job there, Maddie, too.
A little dull.
Oh, that's right, because you sent it to John.
No.
No, he never did.
I never sent it back.
Oh, good. I shamed you enough. Oh,
You did. You did. This is my own silly creation, but
Yeah, that's great.
well, the paint, nothing else.
Good.
This is my blocking starting. It's really fucking or doggone.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah, really light so far, but what's cool, Paul? You'll notice this thing. This is the top, and the bottom is skinny. So the bell down here
Wow.
where there's usually an air bubble is going to be. I'll have, I got all the meat up top.
Oh, dude,
that's
if you did
wild.
like a big cranium, it would look pretty cool, like a baby skull cranium, and then
Yeah.
have it all emaciated. I think that'd
Yeah,
be
well,
cool.
that's a baby ghoul. There's always babies
Yeah.
in ghoul world.
in cool land. Nice. Perfect. Fantastic.
Wow.
Cool beans.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
Well, that
man.
one went too fast.
It way too fast.
It does go fast, man.
But
It always does.
thankfully, with other than the reverb, I think we pulled this one off, and I can't thank you guys enough for joining us. Paul, anything to say before we
Yeah,
head
thanks.
off?
Thanks to John, man. I love
Well,
him.
good
I
job
love
on the
having
first
Jonathan on the
show.
show. I'm such a fan. Always a
Running
fan.
running the ship, your guys yourselves. You guys did fine.
Yes,
We're refining, we're fine tuning, and we're gonna take turns. Matt and I will take turns running
Oh,
the
there you
ship.
go.
So this way, Maddie can carve next week, and I'll take the helm of the Starship Enterprise.
Right.
Yeah. And I think one thing we've noticed is that nothing constantly change, and things will change, but we have a ton of other ideas that I think will be spilling out in the next couple of shows that'll blow your mind. So
Well, the fun
So-
thing too is when you do live stuff like this, it's supposed to be real. It's not scripted. It's not,
Yeah, it's
That's what makes
definitely
it
not
more-
scripted.
yeah.
No, but that was the whole premise when we decided to do this show 4 seasons ago, which was to just, talk to cool artists that like doing the same thing.
yep.
That was it. The fact that we have a format at all is way beyond what we ever thought would, like
Right.
just the way we can step through and walk through the progression of the show. It started with just like Instagram Live, like, hey, you want to go on and carve together? It's almost like a FaceTime thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? I just want to hang out with you guys and talk while we sculpt. That was
Right.
it. So this is the coolest thing ever. I love it.
Yeah,
By the
I
way,
agree.
do you have this mold? Because this is my absolute, probably my number one from you.
As soon as I started working on this last one I had sitting at the shop, I was so pissed that I didn't have the mold because everybody was hitting me up, bro. We gotta get one of those, dude. You
So
should-"
good. No, but you can't. Why couldn't you mold that one?
Cause I didn't, man. I was moving. We had to get out of the shop. I had no space. I didn't know what was gonna happen next.
You got to revisit
He's
this.
definitely, speaking of ghouls,
That's a ghoul.
yeah, dude, that was inspired by the guy we were just talking about, Daughtry.
Yeah. Adam. Yeah.
Did you see the top hat one he did or something like? He did something like this, green,
Yeah.
like a bowler
There's all-
hat.
And the
Yep.
shrunken heads, and yeah, that's totally
Yeah,
his.
that's what inspired me to do that one.
You know, Adam just has that cool style. It's like it's slightly cartoonish but realistic.
Yeah,
Which
Very
it's very
fleshy,
cool.
very fleshed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, this was my favorite, bud. I love
Well, we're gonna have to bring you back on again sometime.
it.
This
Again
is
and
just-
again.
It's too easy to hang out with you, John. I mean, we're embarrassment of riches. We get to hang out with you all the time and see you at Monster Palooza. This is great. And Car Punk.
Don't listen to these guys because they say this to everybody.
No, but we actually do enjoy your company. I swear to God.
Thank you.
That's
I
not
appreciate
scripted.
that.
I swear to God.
I appreciate it. I definitely do.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with another show and maybe a little bit of fine tuning. But until then, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again.
Bye.
Night, everybody.